Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome to another live where we cultivate more love and join our lives through what we're selecting and how we're directing ourselves and the lives that we're living. You have infinite potential at your fingertips, in your little noggin. You can select and perpetuate. You get to live a life you love, and I love reminding that I am love, I am joy, I am grace. I get to receive and experience whatever I desire. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Elise. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful time to be alive, isn't it? My goodness. Oh, I thought I wiped the sleepies out of my eyes. Clearly, I missed some. LOL. I keep saying LOL a lot. I'm not sure where this is coming from, but hi, Ellie. Ah! What's on the menu today? Well, what's on my heart to speak about is, I'll talk about it. So I just saw a comment where someone was like, so it's my fault regarding selecting things in manifestation. And I want to point out, because I had that perspective when I first learned about manifestation. I was like, I wouldn't have picked to be in a car accident, right? I wouldn't have picked these things to happen in relationship, right? But then I was meditating a couple weeks later and I witnessed how each of my choices from childhood had stacked up to form my behaviors and the way I responded in reality, and that they weren't objective, that they were patterned. And then I realized it's not fault. It's just that's the way the program ran. That's the way the programming, the lines of codes that I didn't realize I was programming myself, right? Because people think programming, they think a computer. Programming begins before an electronic. You have programming, right? You have a set thought pattern that you tend to defer to in specific situations, especially if there's a somatic response involved, like a tension comes up in your body and then you respond in a certain way. So part of selecting your reality in manifestation is having that awareness when that pattern comes up in your body so that you can steer different. Because when you can recognize and steer differently, then you get different results. So instead, when the tension comes up in your body and you keep responding to the same thing, now you're responding to something different. I say this all the time. It's one of my favorite things is you're in a neutral moment, but you're in your mind responding to the idea that you're not making money. Nothing's coming in, nothing's coming in. This is entirely neutral. Your phone could be blowing up right now, and yet you're internally it's not happening, it's not happening. Because your internal response. Or when you're in a neutral space, not doing anything, and then you're oh my God, they're not texting me, they're not texting me. Your phone's over there. They could absolutely be texting you, but you're still responding internally to it's not happening, and you're twisting yourself and you're stressing yourself out, making up a big old goofy story about yourself. Right? And that's usually why it's when you're doing things that you enjoy, the text comes in or the money comes in or whatever. It's go live your life. Go live your life. Set your intention, your direction for set your heading for your boat. Set your attitude. That's what that is, right? Attitude is where you're going. It's longitude, latitude, and attitude. Isn't that fun? Anyway, and then that's where you go. And then live your life and you get there. There's a lot of Ellies in here this morning. Hello, third Ellie. I love this. Aravia, welcome. What do I think about subliminals? I think do what you enjoy. Whatever you say is going to work for you is going to work for you. I never thought subliminals would work for me just because I would start listening to them and then be I'm bored. I like an active stream. I like a superliminal, which is just an affirmation tape. I like hearing them because I like repeating them. It's I like having my thought stream, but what I choose it to be. But then since I decided that everything works for me, I listened to one of Rita's subliminals. Her I think it was it might have been her Queen's subliminal. It's a 2.5 minute thing, and it's got what's the octopus lady from Little Mermaid? Ursula. Rising up out of the ocean in the beginning of it. Anyway, and I listened to that, and then I immediately, like, something happened in my life, and I said, huh, that was fun. So you can decide anything works for you. You're deciding, like, it's when people are like, affirmations don't work for me. And it's like, that's an affirmation. First of all, you're affirming it doesn't work for you. Or when you're like, I can't visualize. Do you know how many people? Okay, 2. I've had 2 clients with aphantasia that then messaged me a year later saying like, oh my God, I see such crisp vision now. Because we were talking about it and I was like, well, that's a selection in reality that you can't see it. So just start saying that you see it. And it's going to come into your awareness. So funny. So funny to me. Anyway, it's all what you say it is. So if you say it works for you, it works for you. And then I've made subliminals this year for myself, and I've enjoyed them, and I've noticed effects from them and stuff. But I still tend to defer to affirmations because I prefer them. Like, I like them. Or I like silence. Yeah, that's what I think about them. Hi, beautiful beings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the party. Welcome to this now moment in which all parties everywhere are happening all at once. And we're part of that. We're party to that party. I've changed my life internally with EFT tapping to manifest things. I got so much money. I love that. EFT tapping is great. Because it's like you're wiring your system. Before I learned about EFT tapping, though, I would just naturally, intuitively, like, do this with my body. Because I'd feel the energy moving and I'd, like, smooth myself. And I'd, like, I'd be like, oh, I'm releasing oxytocin and soothing my system, which means it'll wire in faster. Stuff like that. So it's like, if you love EFT tapping, great. And if you don't like EFT tapping, you can always, like, do a different kind, do a different style. EFT changed your life in 2 weeks. I love that for you. That's awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, I've been doing some EFT with the Ultimate Self-Concept Reset that I made. Actually, I want to change this little banner up here. There it is. I've been doing EFT tapping that'll, like, be in the mirror and I'll be tapping, or I'll be, again, I do whatever I feel like, right? So if I feel like putting my hands on my thighs and breathing while I'm doing it, like rubbing my thighs, like, it's whatever I'm intuitively guided to do. Congrats on all the money you've manifested. I love that for you. Can you tell me how to manifest, please? Well, you're already manifesting. Everything is a manifestation of your consciousness in this moment. So when you're thinking like, I'm going to have pizza for lunch today, and then you go and you have pizza, that's the manifestation of the consciousness. You're like, I'm going to have pizza. And then so you, like, do the thing of going to get the pizza. If you decide, like, I want someone to bring me pizza, then you'll experience someone bringing you pizza. But manifest just means make apparent. So it's like whatever you're making apparent. So usually people don't realize what they're manifesting is the same day in and day out. Like, wow, no one's ever nice to me. Okay, so then literally your mind, you're wired to pick out every time people are, like, not nice to you. You'll probably even warp, if someone compliments you, warp it in your mind, the tone to be like, oh my God, they were not nice to me at all. Which is so funny because that's a form of revision that people naturally do and they don't realize it. Like, if you remember a memory and remember it harsher than it was. What if a person got, like, a disorder, did they manifest that too? Manifestation of consciousness, right? So you're looking at it from the frame of the person, the limited person did this to themselves. Instead of recognizing it as, like, a conscious program, the programming, all the lines of code that were running in consciousness at the time, right? So this means all the familial patterns, societal patterns, bullshit, whatever verbal and somatic components came with that. And then as well as whatever life experiences the people made with these set patterns, then having their own life experiences, deciding new things. So let's say that a person 3 generations ago, someone got robbed. And then they created a story that strangers were not safe or cities were not safe or something. So then they taught their kids something like that. That kid internalized that into something like, I don't want to go into the city ever. And I want to avoid people. And then they taught their kids some form of that, and their kid like ended up like with some form of pattern, right? It's the pattern might change slightly or not at all. Sometimes the same verbal component can be passed of like, don't trust people in cities, right? Something like that. And then that involves a response pattern. But then let's say that 3rd generation decides like, but I want to go live in a city. I want to go do art there or something. So they have a lot of fear and stress and tension in their body, right? And their muscles are always tense because they're so worried about living in the city. And then they go and then they have experiences in the city. They realize that that pattern that was inserted there was bullshit the whole time, and that they don't have to carry that stress anymore. So then if they're not carrying the stress, they're not carrying like higher blood pressure, like whatever happened from that. Do you see what I'm saying? Some of you did. Thank you for the roses, babe. How do I manifest beauty? You're already beautiful. You get more and more beautiful every day. You have the awareness of like, you're so beautiful. You treat yourself beautifully. You take excellent care of yourself, and everything you do works for you. How to deal when I get too proud to consider manifesting an SP? Well, recognize that everyone in your experience is a manifestation of the consciousness you've been being anyway. So how are people showing up in your reality? Do you have a story that people are assholes to you? Because then you will witness them being assholes. Do you have a story that people are always so kind to you? Because then you will witness them being kind to you. You're always manifesting people, right? Likely if you have a story like, I'm not going to manifest a specific person, there's some sort of like shame in there of like, oh, it would be so like shameful. Like if I have to make them like me. Okay. But you're deciding already then that they won't. And that's not somehow manifesting them. You're already manifesting them in whatever your set pattern is. Now do it intentionally of like, wow, they love and appreciate me. They're always showing up for me. You know what I mean? And that just takes honesty and reflection of like, what are you actually saying already? Because you're already doing it. You're never not manifesting. It's not like you woke up one day and like, I'm going to start manifesting. Like you might have that. But like, if you recognize it's all manifestational consciousness, then you'll be like, what am I currently experiencing? What do I currently think about the world? I currently think people don't have any money to pay me, like whatever that is. And so then that's what you experience. And instead you have to change that. I was just talking to some like people who came in for business stuff, and it was like, you had to change the story to people always have money to pay you. People love paying you for your services. People love your products. Like everything that you're selling is really good. You've already gotten great feedback and reviews, stuff like that. Like, so, but you already had the story of saying like people like, oh, there's just not enough money right now. There's infinite money, right? Infinite iterations. So you have to tune back in. If you're manifesting a romantic person and you're like, oh, that person wouldn't like me, or I'm not their type. You're decreeing I'm not their type. So you're already manifesting that specific person. You looked at them and said, I am not your type. You are not interested in me. You already did that. Oop. Now you get to be like, you know what? Actually, you're so into me. That's the reality I'm in. That's not a violation of free will. That's you using your free will to steer the Oculus into the infinite iterations of reality to be like, oh, I was perceiving this reality. Now I'm perceiving that reality. And that's it. Where people mess themselves up a lot with manifesting an SP is they think they're changing the other person. You're not changing the person. You're changing you. And then the reality you're perceiving of changes because they're already set with all these like infinite iterations. The reality where they don't like you exists. The reality where they do like you exists and is being played out through consciousness. Which one do you want to be party to? Which party do you want to be at? Hello. So if I have an assumption that people treat me well, it goes like, yep. Manifesting extending my Airbnb even though it's already booked by someone else having doubts. Because checkout is 11 a.m. tomorrow. So then what I would do is I'd be like, wow, they canceled, and I get to stay here an extra 3 days or like whatever. Wow, they canceled. It's so funny that they just canceled, and you can like check your app or whatever. If you told the Airbnb host of like, if they cancel, let me know because I want to like take it again. Yeah, and then it's possible like even if you like tell the host like, hey, I want to like take it again, maybe they have an even better place for you. So I would like be like, wow, I'm in exactly the perfect place for me, and either you're in that place because they canceled or you end up in an even better place. But it's just whatever you want. It's whatever you decide. Do you know how to get over fear of manifesting wrong? Like, I'm scared that I don't know if I'm doing it right. You're always manifesting correctly. You're always manifesting accurately, right? So if people are like, I'm scared of doing it wrong, or what I hear a lot is, I must be doing something wrong, right? You've got your little magic wand out. You're saying, I must be doing something wrong. So then you witness the manifestation. You witness the reflection of, there's got to be some sort of super secret thing going on in the background that I'm not even aware of. And I think that a lot of that comes from like people being terrorized around the concept of you have some sort of subconscious programming. You have a subconscious block. It's like you don't have a subconscious block. Be in the present moment, select now, and as you are living your life, it's going to float past your awareness, whatever pattern it is, and you get to just decide not to go down that rabbit hole. Your approach is very clear and simple. I love it. Aw, I'm glad. Loved my response. Thank you. Which was it? Oh, it was to the too proud to consider manifesting an SP. Yeah. Just realize you're already doing it and then do it in the way you want. Like, if you are just like, oh my God, you know what? You're right. Actually, I'm going to manifest my perfect SP if you want. You'd be like, what would my, and if it helps, throw out the label SP. Because that, I think a lot of people use it as a catch-all because it's a term someone started using at one point. But what is it? I'm manifesting my husband. He's so kind. He's so loyal. He loves me so much. He always shows up for me. He's so creative. Like, whatever it is, it's like, how do I feel in my body when I'm around him? Also, guys, I've made a series of questions for relationship of like how do you feel in your body when you're around this person? I made a series of questions. I'm going to put it up later in the week. If you're not following me, absolutely do, so you can get that. It's going to be a free little guide for you just to like get in your head of like, oh, okay. I did it with a friend the other day and she said, this is awesome because it's like I already knew the answers, but I didn't know to even consider thinking and feeling it and like being in that present moment with it, right? It's like knowing it in the back of your head of like, oh, obviously I had that information, but like the question like allowed it to come to the forefront of like, how does this person speak to you? What kinds of things do they say to you? Oh my gosh, So I can choose a reality where I get revenge on ops. I mean, yeah, you can choose infinite iterations, but also if you realize that everyone is just you with a mask on, everyone's playing a role, I personally think that the best revenge is I'm perfect, loved, valued, cherished, everything goes super well for me, I get everything I desire, right? Or like increase that knowledge of yourself. And then whatever they needed to receive full consciousness and awaken to their behavioral patterns and just be the most peaceful, loving version of themselves, they receive. So then they're awakened consciousness and like being the most loving version too. So I select consciousness instead of selecting like horror for people. Because the thing is, like, you don't have opposition. You are the selector. You are the god of this reality. Because all things are that. Not in a religious sense. Don't get it twisted. You are selecting. So select goodness for people. My opinion. It's just you. So it's like, if you're selecting it for them, you're selecting for yourself. If you would punish another person, you're punishing yourself in some ways. How are you already punishing yourself, too? It's very interesting. Oh, I'm the only one in my reality. Yeah, you are the fabric of your reality. You're witnessing your consciousness as a character right now, but you are the fabric of the reality as well, which means you're every character. It's not like those characters are empty. It's just filled with you, if that makes sense. So make your place a nice place to live. Yeah, my pleasure. thoughts on giving myself a time crunch. I mean, you could give yourself anything. You could give yourself a coffee enema. It's just like, how do you want your life to be? You could be like, I need it by this date, and if I don't get it, I'm fucked. Or you could be like, I have it and it's done. I don't give myself time crunches. If I have a knowing of like, oh, it's going to come in like less than 3 days, that's not a crunch for me. I'm not like, if it doesn't come in 3 days, it means I failed at manifesting and I'm worthless and I can't do anything. Ew, I would never. Gross. You could give yourself anything. You could give yourself a headache and then be like, oh my God, look what I manifested. SP topic. I chose the version of reality that I'm with them. Basically, 3P naturally vanishes. Yeah, because if you're with that person, they're not with someone else, unless you're polyamorous, in which case it would be a really good communication dynamic and you'd be happy in it, right? So, but if you are with this person, they're loyal to you, you guys are exclusive, etc., then there is no third party. Also, the third party was just you with a mask on to reflect to you the story that you had, that you weren't chosen and that someone would choose someone else. Oops. Oh, we're not going to tell that story anymore. Actually, I'm the best and only option. Actually, I'm the creator of my reality and I'm loved, valued, and cherished all the time. Should we think from the end rather than the end? Should we think from the end rather than the end? Example, I got an iPhone 17, but I love my iPhone. Hold on. My brain needs a second to catch up and parse this. You have your iPhone. You have your iPhone 17. It came to you so easily. You got it for free or whatever the frick you want. You have it in your hand right now. You're so satisfied. Wow, that came so easily. You just got it. You had no problems getting it. It was exactly the price you wanted it to be. You already have it. It's already done. You do love your iPhone. Love that my neighbors are all communicating by shouting across the street at each other. I really do love that. It's so funny to me. Should we from the end rather than the end? Oh, being in your experience of I have the iPhone versus thinking I'm going to get an iPhone. Honestly, it's up to you. I've thought things before, I'm going to get this thing and then it comes to me. I don't have a constraint put upon myself that says I can't do it that way, but I will have awareness. You're the one that has it. You're the person that has it already. That's from the end, right? It's already done. I already have it. Feeling triggered with 3D SP, how would you go about it? Take care of yourself. Stop feeding into bullshit stories. Focus on yourself. Pour into your own self, right? Valued, loved, cherished, chosen, prioritized, best of the best. No one compares to you. Feeling good, feeling really confident in your body. Know that you're already in your perfect loving relationship. You are in the best relationship for you. You're the best version of yourself. They're the best version of themselves. But focus on you. If you're triggered by what you're witnessing on one little scene, zoom out and recognize there's infinite iterations of reality. Look around for a second. Imagine looking at all the different versions. There's a version where you're at the aquarium right now. There's a version where you're at the discotheque with your SP, fully booed up. But you're looking at this one thing and triggering yourself. And I would ask, what thought form, what pattern is being triggered? What pattern is being triggered? Is it the pattern, he's always like this? No, he's not. You're decreeing that he's always like this. You're literally taking infinity and putting it down to one single thing just to piss yourself off, which is so cute and we love it. Pull back, creator. What would you prefer? He's so loyal to me. He loves me so much. He's always showing up with flowers or whatever. I don't know. He's showing up at my door with a cheesecake. The discotheque is sending you. La discoteca. That's the same thing. I got an iPhone 17 rather than, oh, I love my iPhone 17. You would say both of those things in the reality where you had it. So what is the you that having your iPhone 17 saying? Probably sometimes you're like, oh, I love my iPhone 17, but sometimes you're probably like, I got an iPhone 17. They're not wrong. Stop making things that you guys do wrong. Stop making things that you're doing wrong. Assume that everything you're doing is correct because it's you as consciousness witnessing and experiencing yourself in whatever way you prefer. Do you know what I mean? Saying I got an iPhone 17 is not thinking about the end. You're saying, should I put myself in the feeling of loving my iPhone, really? It doesn't matter. Both of those things, I got an iPhone 17 and I love my iPhone 17, are thinking from the end. Thinking about the end would be like, I want an iPhone 17, but I don't have it. Unless you have, if you have this set up, I love this, first of all. I'm like, if I want it, I got it, right? I want an iPhone 17. I know that I have it. It's already done. Viewing it as infinite different versions to select from helps so much. Well, that's what it is, baby. That's what it is, baby. I'm going to put the replay of this up on YouTube so you can watch it again and absorb that again. So would you say SP self-concept, how you view them / stories? Yeah, stop talking shit about them. Stop casting them as a villain in your story. Stop making them be a bag of dicks. Do you know what I mean? Can I say that on TikTok? We'll find out. Stop being like, wow, they're always such an a-hole. Wow, they're always like canceling plans on me. Okay. As you wish, milady. That is what your reality will continue to show you. How about, wow, they love me so much. They're always seeking me out. They always want to be with me. We have the best relationship. Our relationship is the best of the best. Also, guys, Ultimate Self-Concept Reset is so freaking fire. It's 4 audios that I created. I've been listening to them myself, and I'm so freaking in love with them. And just things happen so rapidly when you decide to go all in on yourself. This is my second time seeing you, and I just have to say your sunglasses are so fab. Oh my god, thank you so much. I'm going to post that sunglasses tour. People keep asking, which I love. I have quite a collection of sunglasses. I love my sunglasses. I heard some person say it. That's why I asked. I should probably stop consuming stuff like that. Ellie, all you have to consider is like, I already have it. What are my thoughts as the person who already has it? Oh, I love my iPhone so much. I got an iPhone. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Right? One is just more emotionally rooted. Like, I love when you invoke saying like, I love this thing. Like, you're feeling the love of the thing usually. Versus like, I got it, which is like what you would say to like you're chatting with a friend. Oh yeah, I got the iPhone 17. It's great. Versus like when you're on your iPhone 17 and like you had your crisp images and whatever, you're like, oh my god, I love my iPhone. Went through an SP thing to acknowledge my human character, had to forgive him and step into a new story. Not forgiving him was keeping me rooted in old story. It's fine to acknowledge your hurt. Yeah, it's like kind of like if you could recognize that that was the pattern at the time and then be like, okay, new now. Manifesting Gaia, Gigi, she does this thing with SP. It's so funny. It's called Evil Twin. I love it. But she was like, no, that was the evil twin. My man would never do that. That was just his evil twin. It's irrelevant. And then someone else, I think Mary, had a post that was like, you're SP is not the one that's married to someone else, and it's an entirely different character. So your SP is not married to that person. They're married to you. So that's not the same character. So it's like they're not dating that person, they're dating you. Which is what I was saying earlier with like when you're in a relationship with someone, they're not in a relationship with someone else. They're just with you. So you don't have to think about a third party. You don't have to put any attention on that. It's just we're together. Who am I in my life? Oh, I'm thriving. I'm loved. I'm valued. I'm cherished. Everything works for me. You know? And I will be seated. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad. Yeah, I needed to clean my sunglasses off. I found like 5 pairs of them in my car the other day. Because I had just been like, every time I would go out, I'd grab a pair. And I'd like bring it with me. And then I kept leaving them in the car. But I found a pair I hadn't like worn at all this year because like I thought they had gotten lost or destroyed or something. But the other day actually, and I had checked my middle console, by the way, like multiple times. But like the other day I was like, oh, whatever needs to happen for me to have those sunglasses is going to happen. And then I found them the other day right on top in the middle console. I was like, I love doing that. Manifesting lost items is super fun. Yeah, so Sash, what is your concept of your, like right now, are you like, I'm fucking amazing. My man feels lucky to be with me. He feels like the luckiest man on the planet. He's so happy to spend time with me. Stuff like that, you know? How do you think about yourself when you're just like with yourself? This is why I've been doing like sitting in front of my mirror and just talking to myself of like, you know, I've been doing those audios in the mirror at night, and then like I'll listen to them in the morning, not at the mirror, just doing my day thing. I was flipping stories, all was chilling, and then I saw SP with some girl and it made me ill. That's his cousin. That's his cousin. He's just with his cousin. That's his cousin. Right? You made up a story. It wasn't Flossie. It was the other girl on that channel. But she was saying, like, she had an SP she manifested, and, like, she knew he was going to come in at a certain time. But she saw a girl on a story, and then she was talking to her friend, Flossie, right? They're the two that do that channel. And it was like, she decided, like, no, like, that was just a friend of a friend, and she was only posting to make an ex jealous, and, like, when the guy showed up, like, she immediately asked about it, and that was exactly what had happened. Of like, no, it was just someone was just posting to make their ex jealous, and like I didn't even know that person, but she was taking pictures with all the guys there. It was weird, right? You decide the story, but it's interesting. What was the story that came up of like, oh my God, he wants to be with someone else. He chose someone else. I'm not chosen. Something like that, right? That's just telling you what your automatic response pattern is set at. Good morning, Heart Talk. Beautiful, beautiful being. I'm gonna get off soon. I'm so well. I'm so well. I'm in love with my life and in love with myself, and I think that's a good place to be. I'm in love with the ultimate self-concept. I know I keep talking about it, guys, but like, if you knew how freaking good I'm feeling right now, you would understand. Like, I was feeling a little bit like last week, and then I like was like, if I'm so tired I don't want to do anything, I'm going to go to sleep. So I took a nap, I woke up, and then I immediately like had this in my head, and I made it, and I've been using it, and I feel so freaking good. It's like all the things where it's like I already had this, and it's just solidifying everything in the best way. How do we shift that automatic response pattern? By practicing, by repeating the new response pattern when the other automatic, have an awareness of what your response pattern has been, right? Can you have an awareness of like, oh, okay, so if I'm around this person, I feel tense in my body, and then I like chitter chatter a lot. Let me go back to that moment of feeling tension in the body and decide like what was happening here. Oh, I decided in that moment he doesn't like me. And that's what I was responding to and from. Okay. So now I'm going to breathe. I'm going to relax my body. I'm going to start noticing when that tension comes up in my chest, that same pattern. And instead of telling that story, I'm going to decide, actually, he loves me. Nope, I'm loved, valued, and cherished always. I'm just enjoying my life. It's actually really easy for me. So, come back. Peace, right? You change your automatic response patterns by practicing it. And this is also why I like affirmations, because for me, then it kicks on as an auto-suggestion during the day. I'll just be walking around and like an affirmation I'll have repeated in the morning will come up and I'll like go with it. And that'll be my natural thought stream. And so shifts happen really fast because it's what you're conscious of. So if that's what's coming to the forefront, and you can use anything to like trigger it and tie it, of like if you have rings or necklace or lipstick or anything you put on your physical form, you can always like tie an affirmation to it. And what I mean is like when you're putting it on, you're repeating that affirmation with the intent that when you have an awareness of that item throughout the day, it's going to loop that affirmation. And even if it doesn't happen every single time you have an awareness of your ring, it's going to happen enough times where it puts in enough pattern interrupts. It helps make it more frequent. So you shift your automatic response pattern by just repeating the new one until it becomes automatic. And it does become automatic because you are a learning system. Your brain learns. You're literally growing those neural pathways and everything. And if you want to be like, brains aren't fundamental, brains don't really exist, like, fine, whatever. We can have that philosophical conversation anyway. Or you could just experience having it. Just be like my background's in biology and psychology. Like, I dissected brains, not for fun, for science. Although it was, let's be real, it was fun. Although they smelled like wet dog. They were defrosted. Anyway, I digress. I digress so far back to what we were talking about. Utilize what already works for you and make your life easy and decide it works for you. I need to decide it's his evil twin. I want to put more focus on myself. I wouldn't even like, and I just kind of said that as a joke, but we can decide right now that he's so loving and attentive. What I'm saying is, don't be like, oh, it's the evil twin, it's the evil twin, it's the evil twin, right? That's not what you're selecting. You just make a joke, be like, nah, new character. He's so loyal, he's so attentive, he's so loving. Put the focus on yourself. I'm prioritized. You're in a stable, loving, healthy, committed relationship. You are not obsessing about what this person is doing and thinking because you already know that they like you, right? They give you reassurance. They love reassuring you. Definitely, I'm going to put up that series of questions that I created. I'll do that by Thursday. So check back in my my links. It'll be a free resource. I decided that in that moment I want to escape to Moscow. Nothing like seeing the opposite of SP with a 3P to lock you in even more, let that identity shine. Well, it's like, it's irrelevant. It's like, that's the old, nope, that's irrelevant because I'm chosen, loved, valued, and cherished. You know what's great is when you see something and it doesn't faze you. You're just like, now we're together. Or now I'm in my like loving whatever. Oh, you see a bank account balance that's low. No, that's funny because I'm stacked with cash. I have so much money. Like, you see someone like mail you, oh, you don't have this thing, you can't have this, sorry, we regret to inform you, and then you're like, no, actually I have it, and then you have it, you know what I mean? Because again, infinite iterations of reality. Guys, if you do one thing today, I want you to really ponder the infinite iterations of reality, really recognize what that means, and that you get to select from amongst them. Ponder the orb. Aw, thanks, babe. So essentially, once it's dominant, that's when reality reflects. Love your videos. Well, yeah, because it's like, you know, like gene expression, right? Your dominant versus your recessive genes and stuff. It's like the gene that is dominant is what is displayed. You're like, oh, of course. It's not exactly like that, because then we have to get into Punnett squares of reality creation, and we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. But it's like, yeah, what's dominantly expressed. If you have, like, if you have purple, if you have blue and red, and you want a specific shade of purple, you want it to be mostly blue, you're only going to have a little bit of red in it, right? So what's dominantly expressed is the blue. So if you have a more red in it, if it's more pinky purple, you're not going to freak out and be like, oh my God, this is what it is permanently. Nah, queen, you're just going to add more freaking blue to it, and then it's going to be exactly what you want, and you're going to be like, wow, so glad I added blue instead of shitting myself and crying over the color pink. I'm so funny. Oh my God. Anyway. I'm not a Scorpio rising. I'm a Scorpio with a Sag rising. I usually don't answer when people ask that question too, because I don't think it's relevant. I think it's like we are as we choose to be, but whatever. You knew I was going to be on. All you manifested to be in the reality where I was on. I love that. Thank you for the heart me heart talk. I really appreciate you. Hi, Jacob. Oh, thank you for the heart me, Mystical. It was my first experience of not actually tweaking over the 3D. First time I saw a 3P, my body was wiggin'. I'm proud of you, Spence. That's awesome. Hi, Kayla. So much is happening. Lots of changes. Select that your man is thriving, too. Like, thriving and healthy and happy. Like, okay, I was thinking about this again last night. I know I've posted about this many, many times, but like, and this is not directed at you. This is just an in general thing. I'm going to make a TikTok about it later. But like, do not gossip about your friends being broke. And by that, I mean, don't put attention to it and state like, wow, they're so broke. They have no money. Oh, poor them. You're using your consciousness to like keep them down. That's gross. Don't do that. Be an actual friend and be like, they're thriving. This applies to your lover, your man. Why would you like want to add that stress to both of y'all's life? He's so wealthy, happy, successful, and thriving. He's mentally healthy. He's emotionally healthy. His family is healthy. He's so healthy. He loves what he's doing. He's living a really good life. Speak that life into them. Speak life into them. Otherwise, you're speaking stress through yourself, your perception of the system. Oh, well, he's really struggling right now. Well, why are you keeping him there, queen? He's actually thriving. I appreciate you too. How do I stabilize when things look like it's going in a scary way? By remembering you're bigger than any circumstance. All right, I got to get going. You're bigger than any circumstance. It's the story that you're telling. So tell a good story. Stop telling a bullshit story. Stabilize. You already have it. You already are it. Let me just check the last few messages. Looked for my man, and he went on a trip to Dubai without me. He was sad without you. Yeah, he was. He missed you so much. He felt like such an idiot for not taking you. It's like everything would have been 1,000 times better with you, and he knows it, and he's never going to make that decision again. When I was laying down to sleep, I was affirming that I was shifting. I'm trying to go to a Marvel DR. That's funny. Any tips? I mean, just say it already worked for you. I don't really do that, where it's like shifting to reality in that way. Sorry, my brain just did a thing. What was I? Yeah, whatever I said was correct. Anyway, there was one more thing. Stabilizing. Calm yourself. Know that what you choose is what happens. Don't say yes to reality you don't want. Oh, this is what's happening. Is it, or is that what you're saying is what's happening? Stay in the one that you want. Calm your body. Live your life knowing it's already done, etc. Also, y'all, if you guys want to feel freaking phenomenal, confident, knowing that you're a master manifester and everything you select happens for you, etc. Confidence, prioritized, ultimate self-concept reset. It's 4 audios that are each about 10 minutes long. And I have it as like, you could do a 7-day challenge, you could do a 30-day challenge. This is for you to anchor in and thrive. And it's It's one of my favorite things I've ever made because I feel like I've been wanting to make it for a long time. I made it, and it's even better than I imagined. So check it out. Have an absolutely beautiful day. I might be on later. And you've already won. You're always winning. That's another thing I say in one of the tapes. You're always winning. I'm always winning. You already know. All right. Have a beautiful day. You're perfect.